no one thinks Michael Jackson is normal. Like, normal and Michael Jackson cannot be in the same sentence. For those of you who don't know, this is Nuka Zeus, who is quote unquote transracial. Okay, he is he took drugs to become black, but of course it demonstrably failed because you can't become black. And he's got a lot of interesting ideas.
There was a video where you shoot a gun when you were filming yourself, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There was another video on your YouTube channel where you were, I guess, crying, talking about how you shot someone.
Yeah. Where are you going with this?
Well, can you talk about it?
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay.
Dude, I'm dying. His hair is so fucking straight, dude. It's so funny how straight his hair is. I can't get over it. Like, the whiter you are, the straighter your hair gets, okay? And he is so fucking white. Like, I'm looking at the bottom. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy how fucking... I mean, this isn't real. This actually isn't, like... these are extensions, right? But, like, you saw his earlier hair. And I think even the extensions that he got are not... like, I don't think the extensions he got are actually fucking... what do you call it? Like, they're straight as well. The hair thing is bullshit. Dude, his hair is so fucking straight. You don't understand. Like, he has straight white dude hair. You know nothing about braids. They're supposed to look like that. Lol, this is braiding hair. That's not his real hair. Look at his real hair. From where was the photo? Native Americans have some straight ass hair. Yeah, so do fucking Asian people. I'm talking about, like, amongst white people. Like, I'm white, but I have wavy hair, okay? There's white people with curly hair. But the whiter you become on the whiteness spectrum, the more straight your hair becomes. Do you understand? Obviously, like, there are other ethnicities and races of people that aren't white that have straight hair as well. But on the Mayo spectrum, that's not even remotely correct. I mean, I guess Jack Harlow is, like, got curly hair too. Irish people do get hella curly hair. You're right. I didn't even think about Irish people. I'm sorry. But come on, dude. Come on. Look at that. I mean, look at how straight his hair is. The only reason why I say this is because I wanted straight hair always, like, when I was growing up. And then once I started growing out my hair, I realized, like, shit, if I grew out my hair and I had, like, super straight hair, I'd look like a school shooter. As far as, like, an OP class that desperately needs nerfing, the starting disadvantages that white people have is, like, their hair. If they have super straight hair, they can't go super long because then they look terrible and like a school shooter. And if they go bald, then they're fucked because then they look racist, kind of, you know, until proven otherwise. And that's not good. You missed this car with the stickers? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, dude. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Map of Ben Franklin's whiteness consideration. You are considered tawny? What the fuck is tawny? Saxons are white, but other Germans are swarthy. Swarthy. Only white are the Anglo-Saxons. Tawny means brown? He's doing this. Oh my God. Dude, how are you this rich? And then, like, that's what happened. I don't understand how he did this. Like, I don't get it. Like, how? Dude, he's doing the fucking duck lips, dude. EBL Drake. That's what happened when you were from Toronto and we're on Degrassi. Drake went to the GTA barber to render in new hair. Okay, stop. Let's get back to this, dude, please.
Is it an open case?
Oh, as far as that, no.
That's white privilege. Just saying. We doing the Canadian blacks aren't really black thing now, shaking my head. Why would you ever infer that out of what I said? Like, what the fuck does that even... Not a single person. No one even implied it. How did you like, draw that out? How? Are we doing that thing where Canadian blacks... Why are you talking about Canadian blacks like that? You fail to point out how he's not white passing. Dude, he's still very much white. Not white passing. He's just a tan white guy.
In riffraff for profiting off black culture.
Yeah, they do nothing for the community. They just take money and take money and take money and do nothing for it, nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the money that I usually get, I give it right back to the fucking community. You know what I'm saying? I be starving my motherfucking self.
What
I live
community?
in a fucking house that's fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm selfless. I do everything for my people. You know what I'm saying? I try to give back
Who?
everything that I got.
There's like 3 of you on the planet. It's like you, Rachel Dolezal, and apparently that other lady. When he says my people, does he mean humans? Or does he mean white people that act like they are or try to be black?
But they don't
Okay.
do nothing. You know what I'm saying? They just fucking, you know, it just pisses me off. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, also because you're corny.
And you actually have a problem with interracial dating.
Oh,
But
I love this. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my God. Oh, dude. This is why I don't enter black people's business. Okay. This is what happens. He's about to say he hates like black people that go and date white people. When you can't say that, dude, you're white. You're not Dr. Umar. You're more you're more a Klansman at that point, I think. Oh no.
In an aspect, you know what I'm saying? Like, white dudes dating black women, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that because that's poisoning the well. You know what I'm saying? They're watering down our genes. You know what I'm saying? We need to keep.
They're watering down our genes. What do you mean? I'm sorry, what? Bro, that's racist. Yeah, you know, last guy who said that, Hitler. This is, less Dr. Umar, more Dr. David Duke. He got real white when he said that. Hold up, which genes?
Saying we need to keep our genes strong. You know what I'm saying? But black men sleeping with white women, there's no problem with that because we're poisoning their well. So it's like, ha ha, ha ha. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Well, regardless of who's sleeping.
Dude, that's awesome. That's okay. This is definitely a meme. It's crazy.
Sleeping with who, there's going to be a baby that comes out that's going to be mixed.
Yeah.
Regardless of what well it's originating from, there's a baby that comes out that's half black, half white, or whatever other.
Yeah, what's he gonna do? Like, is he gonna give his child like injections as well from birth? Oh God, I really hope nobody fucks him. Oh my God, I would not wish that upon anyone. You know what I mean? Don't subject anyone to that.
Mixtures in the works. So why does it matter if it's a black man with a white woman or a white woman with a black man?
Because if it's a black man and a white woman, you know, that's one less white baby.
Okay.
But what if it's the vice versa? What? Wow, he's really stupid.
But if it's a white.
Okay, I'm beginning to sense this guy might not be all there. Up to this point, I was like, let's hear him out. Now I'm starting to think maybe he's not all there. Okay, this is the moment for me, I think.
Woman and a black man. Wait, if it's a white man with a black woman, that's gonna be a mixed baby, and it's less black than if she had a baby with a black man.
Well, I didn't say that it's less black, but I don't know. I haven't put a lot of thought into it. You know.
You know who else? I mean, this guy's like him and Kant have similar ideas about how like how black babies are made. I think.
No, you know. With that, you know what I'm saying? With the black man and the white woman, we're watering down their shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, because that's one less white baby to have. You know, running around on the planet. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I don't know what to say about the other side.
Okay, well, you primarily date black women?
Yeah.
During slavery, before interracial dating was outlawed, only babies that came out of a black woman was considered black. I don't know why he's subscribing to that notion.
Okay, so if you have a baby with a black woman, whatever chemicals you put into your body is not going to get transferred down to the baby, right? So
we don't know, you know? Most likely not, but who knows? It's an experimental drug. You know, I don't know if anybody's ever had a baby on this stuff before.
I'm pretty sure it's not going to happen. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
No, that's not how that works, man.
It's an interesting point. But I mean, your DNA is still your DNA, right? So whatever's in your sperm, based on your DNA, if you have a baby with a black woman, that baby, half of his DNA is going to be white. So this whole poisoning thing is going to happen if you get a black woman pregnant.
But I'm not white. I'm just human. And or black.
Okay. Okay. But your DNA is still what it is, right? So if you talk about poisoning of wells, you're going to be doing exactly what you don't like being done.
Uh-oh.
I don't know what to say.
Okay.
About the real
do you plan on having children?
I have had children, and I plan on. I want to have as many kids as I can.
Oh, you have kids already?
Which I don't want to talk about, but yeah.
Okay. Can you say how many?
No.
No. Okay. Can you say if they're mixed or not?
They're black.
Okay. So you have black kids?
Yeah.
Okay. What does your kid's mother or mothers think about what you're doing right now in terms of the injections?
They just, that's me. You know what I'm saying? That's Zeus. That's like a common, thing that people say. That's just Zeus.
Isn't so-called race more of a mental construct than called gender? There are components of race and the expression of race that could be considered a social construct, but ultimately your race is determined by what your parents are and what their race is, whereas that's not how it works with gender. You know what I mean? I think the Hoff twins are a good example of this, where people that are with the culture, quote unquote, that live perfectly fine in communities that they live in and behave the way that they do without outside scrutiny are entirely different than what this dude is doing. It's a bit of a I'll know it when I see it situation. Like the way he speaks, from the way he speaks to the tattoos that he has, to everything that Nuka Zeus has done, it's like pretty. Never forget the Hoff twins recognize their white privilege. Of course. Of course. You're confusing race and ethnicity here. First of all, race and ethnicity in a lot of instances are intertwined. And secondly, there is no ethnicity to like being what is the ethnicity in this situation? Like I guess he's human, so that's different. This dude is so clearly outside of the realm. Like anyone that actually grew up in a black community around black people would not behave this way. As a white person, if they grew up around black people and had exclusively black friends and all this other shit, like even if they were to speak in AAVE and like some fucking people on Twitter would be like, oh my God, sweaty, that's unacceptable, whatever. Like you would get it. Like you would understand that person is a product of their conditions, right? This motherfucker is literally like, he's LARPing. He took every like racist trope that like every racist person thinks black people are like, and applied it to himself. Like he wanted to get a Kill Whitey tattoo. You know what I mean? And it's a really weird thing to talk about because, well, one, I'm white. Well, Twitch doesn't think I'm white, but I think I'm white. And two, a lot of you are as well. So when we have this conversation, some of you might also have similar underlying socially learned attitudes towards black people that come out and you're like, well, what do you mean? So who's the judge that can say who's allowed to change race? This conversation is also really annoying because like obviously for a lot of people who don't have any stake in the fight, they'll come in here and fucking be like, I'm going to use this as an opportunity to debate about like, and try to like ask you why this is different than trans people, right? And a person that usually asks that is just trying to have a fucking conversation and bring it back to trans people. And it's just like fucking annoying. It's frustrating. Ultimately, I don't have an issue with this either. But I will, I will make fun of it. I'm not like in the business of making it illegal or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I encourage it because, it makes for great content. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. And, your profile pic on your YouTube channel is, essentially you're looking in the mirror, you're pointing to the mirror, and it's you on one side. Well, the white version of you, and then pointing on the other side of the mirror is a black man.
Yeah, it's my reflection.
I'm gonna ask. I don't know.
Your reflection, but that's not actually you in the reflection. It's one of your friends, I guess. One of your black friends.
My brother, yeah.
Okay. I mean.
The funniest part about this dude's like experiences is that when he's talking about like how he lives his life, it's just like pretty clear that these aren't real. Like no real person in his community is like, oh, that's just Zeus. Like he's just like that. They probably fucking avoid.
Like I said, in 12 years of interviewing people, I have never come across this before. This is very different. And you have the Rachel Dolezal situation, and you also had this other woman who I think was a professor at some university recently that recently came forward and said that she wasn't black. But neither of these people actually injected anything into themselves. They just had a certain type of look and maybe, did something with their hair or something like that. But no one actually went to the heights that you've gone to in order to do this.
It's something like I said, as a kid, it's something I've always wanted to have darker skin. If I had one wish, I'd wish for black skin.
Do you consider yourself transracial?
Hassle.
People keep throwing that word at me, but technically, I don't consider myself transracial because transracial is going from one race to another. I'm not doing a transformation. I am not transforming from one thing to another. I have always been me. I'm just darkening my skin. It's the same thing if somebody wants to dye their hair or if someone wants to grow out their beard or gain muscles, you know what I'm saying? I'm just doing something for me, or they want to get fake titties or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just me. You know what I'm saying? I just want a darker skin.
He wants black skin, but not the struggles that are associated. Oh no, he absolutely wants the struggles that are associated as well. This dude straight up just wants to be, he wishes. He's the type of dude who first of all, that's a really white person thing too, by the way. So you need to understand this if you don't get this, but stay out of white people's business, sweaty. White people love to be victimized, okay? Because it's like tourism for them. It's not like an everyday experience. They fucking love that shit, okay? And there's like white Americans for the most part I'm talking about, right? They love the feeling of oppression. Obviously, if they experienced it every day of their lives, like that would be entirely different, right? Like they would then be like, oh, this fucking sucks. He probably gets pulled over by cops and he's like, oh my God, I hope I hope they treat me weird. And not because I look like I got deep fried in peanut oil, but because I want to be perceived as black. And in his mind, it's like that's the only way that legitimizes and reinforces the way others perceive him.
Else play outside all the time. I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? But now I can. I could be out in the sun all day long and it'd be perfectly fine.
So you never sunburn anymore? You never peel?
Nope,
nothing?
Nothing. It's low.
Okay. I sunburn. Okay, and you're not done yet. You said that you want to be as dark as Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, that happened to pop out the one time when I was talking. I was like, yeah, I want to get as black as Wesley Snipes. And I mean, if I could get darker than that, I mean, that'd be nice. I mean, I want to be dark. The end of the spectrum.
Okay, but in order to achieve that, you have to up the injections, right?
My assumption, yeah, and/or getting in the sun a lot more often.
Okay. And as you up the injections, you take a bigger risk. I mean, you talk about liver damage, you talk about the blood-brain.
First of all, look at how white he is and how he has no fucking black friends whatsoever. He thinks black people don't get sunburned, like across the board. That's hilarious, dude. Do you not know a single black person? I mean, you don't. You literally don't. It's just so stupid. For all the white people in the chat, of course, black people do get fucking tan and have like different shades of skin tone when they don't wear a fucking t-shirt versus wearing a t-shirt versus wearing a fucking long sleeve shirt. What the fuck? People really think like, oh, if you're black, like you just don't get, a tan at all. Like you don't have like a black friend with a farmer's tan ever. I know a black guy who got offended when I offered him sunscreen. He was like, black people don't get sunburn. They do. They don't get sunburn, but they definitely get tan. Actually, it depends. You can get sunburned too. Black people can believe ignorant shit about themselves too. I mean,
there's a lot more shit out. That's just like one of the most common ones that I remember. I mean, there's been cases of people dying. There's been cases of people's dicks stopped completely working forever. There's been other things. Trying to remember that there's something I don't remember what it's called, but there's other shit. Literally, I mean, it's an experimental drug. So literally, just about anything can happen. I could sprout a fucking, third arm out of my asshole.
Yeah, well, listen, you're doing your own thing. You're going against the grain. This is not, obviously this is not the most popular thing.
That's a very interesting and accommodating way of describing my man's predicament here, but that's cool.
That you're doing right now. I'm sure there's a certain part of the black community that feels that you're mocking them and making fun of them.
And that's one thing I hope that I could find a way to prove and show people that it's nothing detrimental. It's nothing in the mocking category. It's nothing in the blackface category.
Yeah, that's why you have a fuck whitey and like black power tattoos and you behave the way that you do and you talk about like how you want to kill white people or whatever. That's certainly not making a mockery of what you perceive black people are like and adopting this like really weird, awful, manufactured by white people stereotype of black people.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people that don't know me, they jump to conclusions, but everybody that's around me, they know me. They're like, that's Zeus. You know what I'm saying? They know me. They're like, we know you, bruh. You know what I'm saying? You might be a little crazy, but you cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, even when I meet new people, once they usually sit down and get to know me and talk to me and see what I'm about, see my dreams and motives and things I want to do for the world, you know, they're like, yo, you cool as shit. You real nice and humble. I mean, just don't ever say, you know, racial slur around me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, cuckoo. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm...
Okay, so yeah, exactly. Also, not a single person has ever been like, man, you're really humble and you're really cool. Once again, these are fabrications. He is huffing on just nuclear grade copium. The lengths people go to say for an N-word pass, 100%.
All I want to do is just free our people, you know what I'm saying? Get rid of this racism, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, uplift black people globally. So many people focusing on black people in America. Nah, when I say I represent black people and I want to uplift black people, I'm talking about globally, all around the world. Let's get China out of fucking Africa. You know what I'm saying? We need to...
What? Zuka News used to come to my Melee tournaments and had the craziest Melee mod. We had to ban him because the Smash 4 mod was just BBBW porn. You're making this up, right? I want to believe it, though.
Be like black people are the fucking supreme beings on the planet. You know what I'm saying? But the white man is jealous of the black man, so he does all this shit.
No, I don't
you know what I'm
believe in
saying? Trying to hold us
transracialism.
back. You know, we got to stop that. You know what I'm saying? If anything, we need to be equal. You know what I'm saying? We're not equal. You know what I'm saying? Technically, black people should be sitting on top of the world because black people are children of the sun. You know what I'm saying? We came from the earth. You know what I'm saying? White people are a fucking genetic mutation of black people. So white...
Preach. He's right. He's talking about albinoids. Albinoids do not want to fucking hear it. These are facts, and you don't want to hear it, dude. You do not want to hear it. General Mukmuk enslaved all of you in Turkey, or what is now known as Turkey, Anatolia, and that was the right thing to do. But he, on the other hand, he's got different. He's not white. It's pretty funny. His, like, broken Hotep shit that he's, like, spitting.
People are all fucking trash, basically. You know what I'm saying? They're just a little fucking mutant little mutt, you know, cave beast. You know what I'm saying?
So your sister is a mutt. and a cave beast.
She's not white. She's human.
Your parents
They're human.
are genetic.
Come on, Vlad. What the fuck's wrong with you? Ask him what the difference between a white person and a human is, dude. Why can't you do that? How are you not going to have a list ready to go? Okay, I'm going to show you a list of white people, and you're going to tell me if they're a cave dweller or a cave beast or a human being. That's what that would be the fun stuff, because I want to explore the inside of this man's mind, okay? I want to understand. Also, this is not even a joke. Don't get fucking mad at me. But even like, what's the fucking girl that was like canceled, Akfina or whatever? She does better AAV than he does, okay? The average New Yorker speaks with a more credible accent, is more authentic than this person. It's crazy that he's just like, yeah.
Offshoots, I guess.
But I'm not talking about them. They're human. You know what I'm saying? When I learned the definition of white is evil, devil, you know, hatred, racist, all that shit. So that's what white is. My parents, my family are not that. My parents are human. They're cool. They're nice. They're big-hearted. You know what I'm saying? They're not white because the definition of white is basically every negative thing you can think of.
What?
So there's good white people and there's evil white people, or are they all evil, or how do you?
I've had quite a lot of people over the last couple years try to explain to me and show me that not all white people are bad. And I have been learning that, but it's kind of like...
Damn, man. Thank God. Thank God he's like learning not to hate white people, dude. That's funny. It's like, I have to, at a certain point, believe that like, this is a character that is way, way too close to the conservative approach like the reactionary
Exclamation mark.
attitudes towards black people and what reactionaries think black people are like. So at a certain point, this is like, it's too much. Like Rachel Dolezal is different than this dude. It's still weird for her to behave the way that she does, but Rachel Dolezal comes at it from a point of like actually fucking wanting to be black and definitely developing a better understanding, I think, of black culture, black attitudes. It's like those fucking white college professors that claim they're black and then they literally become like African studies professors and shit like that. Rachel Dolezal was the fucking president of an NAACP chap. This dude, on the other hand, is straight up just doing entry-level memes. He strikes me as a person who has never actually met a black person.
They're all guilty until proven innocent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like all white people are guilty of being evil and racist until they prove themselves that they are not. And once they prove themselves that they're not, I'm like, okay, you cool. You cool.
Fucking hilarious. Oh, you cool. He escaped from a parallel reality where Africa colonized Europe and he's switching teams. Yeah, the only real thing he's ever said about being around black people is when black people told him not to use the N-word around them. So I do believe that he's met at least some black people. That seems like a real story.
So once you started really doing the injections and becoming darker, you have a certain kind of reaction from the black community, but there was a different type of reaction from white people, especially racist white people. So tell me what kind of happened at that point.
Yeah, so...
No shot. Racist white people do not think this dude is black, okay? He's fantasizing about a world in which, like, racist white people see him as black, perceive him as black, and actually yell at him. That's his fantasy, dude. That's his kink. There's no fucking shot. Dude, this is so close to Black White, America's greatest documentary that, ended the racial disparity. Remember that? Black White. This is Black Bruno. Like, he is every day living as Black Bruno did, where he is like looking, he's like desperate to find a place where he will be perceived as black. In his eyes, the only way to be black is by experiencing direct racism, like by someone calling you the N-word or something, okay? Like he wants that so bad. An experience that most black people consider to be terrifying, horrible, traumatizing. He's desperate to seek out. And that's inherently the basis of the insane privilege that he has. There is nothing more white than being able to LARP as a black person, being able to choose to LARP as a black person, being able to have that choice. It's just like, that's never going to change, no matter how hard you try. You know what I mean?
The black people seem to be coming around more, that they get to know me and stuff like that. And I talk to them, but the white people, they just steadily, I mean, they still come, but there's a lot of fucking, like, shit that I get every fucking day. I get countless messages from white people saying that I'm fucking crazy and I'm racist, or they would message me like fucking, the N-word with the hard R and shit like that, and just bunch of fucking racial ass shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you got these people that say that they the fucking KKK harassing me all the motherfucking time, sending me pictures of the fucking Confederate flag, saying they're coming to get me, sending me pictures of black.
Like, what's up, dude? They fucking were sending you photos of your grandfather's fucking flag. Like, I don't understand. I mean, like, well, oh wow, he's not even angry. He's so happy. He's so happy when that happens. I doubt that it actually happens, but if it ever did, he'd be so happy. I think it's a fantasy in his mind, and even when he's retelling this fantasy in his mind, he's still excited about it.
People being hung, saying to hang in there, buddy. You know what I'm saying? And like they think they found where I live. You know what I'm saying? So they want to fucking send me pictures of areas in the town. You know what I'm saying? With the Confederate flag saying, "Hey, we coming to get you."
That's crazy. That's crazy. But I mean, did it surprise you at all?
Yeah, because I'm surprised that so many people misconstrue me. I'm surprised that so many people call me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Or say that I'm retarded or that I'm dumb. You know what I'm saying? I'm smarter than a lot of these motherfuckers on the planet. You know what I'm saying? I have an extremely high IQ.
Okay, so you actually lived in Africa for a while?
Yeah, I lived out there for a couple years.
What?
I love it there. It's fucking heaven.
Okay, I mean, I've been to Africa. I've been to Senegal, which is in West Africa. I've also been in...
What the fuck was Vlad doing in Africa, bro? What's happening right now? This is straight up the fucking Atlanta episode for Juneteenth. 100%. This dude went to Africa and was like, "Yo, I have a connection here. I have a connection with the land." It's like, trust me, brother, you're not the only white guy who felt that way. Okay, it's never good. It's never good, historically speaking. Okay.
Northern Africa, like Egypt and so forth. What country were you in?
I don't want to give out the specifics yet because I am working on my dual citizenship, and I don't want haters to fuck that shit up. But I want to like go everywhere. I've been to a couple places, but I want to go everywhere. I want to like literally go with a backpack on my back and just walk across the whole continent and go to every country and just experience everything everywhere. It's still a dream of mine to be in Africa and live in Africa forever. I was supposed to be back there, but Corona stopped me from going there when they shut down everything. But as soon as all this shit lifts up, which is almost done, my ass is back to Africa. Fuck America, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. I mean, I've been to Africa. Africa's dope.
Okay.
I think everyone should go to Africa of any race. But did you go to Africa before or after you started injecting yourself?
Before.
Okay.
Like people don't realize, they think that taking the injections, like I changed my life, but the injections, the only thing that's changed in my life with the injections is I've gotten darker skin. I've been getting my hair braided since I was like fucking like 11, 12, 13 years old. You know what I'm saying? I've been
okay. Now I take it back. I've always been like, I don't know. Like, I don't really care when fucking white people do like shit where they want to have like braids and whatnot, but I now understand it. I guess it's a gateway drug. I'm here to apologize. I'm sorry for defending white people that want to fucking jump on hairstyles that look weird on them. I didn't realize that it was a slippery slope. You know what I mean? You go to like some fucking Caribbean island and then you get the braids done and then before you know it, you're just getting melanin injections. Before you know it, you're an island boy, dude.
Since I was 11, 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? I've been like everything, you know what I'm saying, that I do now, you know what I'm saying, my dreams of being in Africa, it was always from as a small child, you know what I'm saying? Like people think that all this stuff is just now. No, it's not. I've always been this way. It's just people seem to be finding out about me now because I'm darkening my skin and all of a sudden it's a problem. But yet we got...
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that braids are not also exclusive to Africa or black people in general, which is not just Africa. One thing that, people forget is that, there's black people all around at this stage of our development. You know what I mean?
People lightening their skin, you know what I'm saying, which is bad in my perspective, you know what I'm saying? But, if that's what they want to do, they should, cool,
Yeah, I mean, like a Sammy Sosa.
Yep. There's a lot of people in Jamaica too that do it. Even in where is it? I think it's Korea. They do skin lightening there. You know what I'm saying? All the Koreans want to have.
So when Michael Jackson does this, it's normal, but when this guy does it, he's weird. Who has ever said like what Sammy Sosa or what Michael Jackson has done is normal? I've never met a single person that has thought that like, oh, it's cool what Sammy Sosa's doing. Michael Jackson had a disease on top of everything else. Didn't he have a fucking skin condition too? Also, no one thinks Michael Jackson is normal. Like normal and Michael Jackson cannot be in the same sentence unless you're saying not normal, okay? Like in every way, top to bottom, every part of that story from the start point to the end is not very normal. Even then, you've Sammy Sosa. That's a great example of someone who like engaged in skin whitening, and it's sad. Like it's really fucking sad. It's just an incredibly sad state of affairs when you have like such internalized. You have such internalized racism, internalized like anti-black attitudes. Well, I mean, Sammy Sosa's Dominican. With that information, what you will, but you know what I mean. Like it just sucked. Like this dude, you can't help but look at this dude and be like, that's a victim to internalized hatred. Whereas like the social conditioning and the attitudes that are reinforced in society do not lead you to hate your white skin. Now, white people might say, no, that's not true, but you have a bunch of privileges that come along with being white that you don't get when you're black. Yeah, you know about racism, but colorism is very real within POC communities. Oh yeah, especially in South America too, like, because, the color of your skin, depending on what country we're talking about, shows your proximity to slavery or your proximity to a colonizer instead. And it's often associated with like basically a different kind of caste system almost. In Latin America, you can't separate class and race, white, wealthy, brown, poor.
He might be able
I mean,
to
it's
get into
it's the
Hall of
same
Fame
pretty
now,
much.
though.
Like universally, it's the same. Even if it's not about in China, pale skin is also seen as a positive. That has nothing to do with fucking slavery, obviously, and everything to do with labor. In China, having pale skin indicates that you are
9
of a
months.
higher
Switch,
class,
baby. His
that
name is
you
Greg.
are closer to royalty, because those who farm, those who work in the fields have darker skin. So even in countries that weren't touched by
Those are 3 different
the
CIA
colonialist
experiments.
attitudes, even before they were before they interacted with white people and had colonialist attitudes, you still saw some kind of colorism that came from. Sorry to bring down the mood, just try to crack a joke. I'm sorry, I should not taking it seriously. My fault.
Lighter skin than they got.
Yeah, I don't quite understand all that, but
They
to
think
each his
they
own,
think
once
that,
again.
that the whiter you are, the more beautiful you are. But that's the opposite of what I think. You know what I'm saying? The blacker the baby, the sweeter the juice. You know what I'm saying? Like the darker you are, the more beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, you go to any Chinatown, there's usually a bunch of old Chinese ladies with umbrellas.
Yeah, that's
You
because
know,
they don't want to get sun. They're trying to stay as light as they can.
Exactly.
Oh my God,
Exactly.
pre-watched.
Some people will think you're crazy. Do you feel like you're crazy, or do you think that you're perfectly normal?
I'm not saying, I wouldn't even say a little off, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a little different. You know what I'm saying? But I don't find myself crazy. You know, it's just people don't see the real me. They don't take the chance or time to actually get to know me. You know, once you know me, you know, I don't think anybody would think that I'm crazy.
Yeah, no, we got to know you pretty well, I think, and no, I still maintain that position.
Well, Nuka Zeus, like I said at the top of the interview,
That's
definitely
flex.
a very different type of person. Not the usual Vlad TV interview. You know, you seem to be comfortable with what you're doing, and at the end of the day, that's the most important thing. It doesn't really matter what other people think. If you choose to inject.
Oh, that's him. Here he is at my tournament pre-tanning. We had a dude who would post beat a white dude with cornrows every time they played LOL. Bro, I can literally smell this video, dude. Oh my God, I don't want to watch the rest of this video. Let's continue.
Things yourself, you know the risks involved in it, and hopefully there aren't any very serious health risks along the way, because as much as you're devoted to what you're doing, I don't think you want to die in your mid-20s or however old you are
Maybe
trying to pursue
mid-30s.
this.
Well,
Mid-30s,
I mean, but I am the kamikaze type, I guess you could say. Like, it's for the people. You know what I'm saying? I understand why suicide bombers do what they do. You know what I'm saying? They do it for their people. You know what I'm saying? I understand that now, because I'm willing to do anything for my people. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm selfless. Like, I care about myself, yes. But the greater cause is bigger. So if people, the whole entire world has to hate me, or if I have to kill myself to be able to...
You know what's funny? This guy has real fucking, he has real, like, the one energy. Like, you know what I'm talking about? The guy who was like this house is gonna save the world. The Neil Niami, yeah, Niall Niami. Like, he thinks, like, he's so narcissistic that he thinks he's gonna save the world by fucking, you know, LARPing as a black dude.
Free black people in this motherfucking world that we live in, that one life is worth it compared to everybody else being free. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, listen, it's your life, and you have your right to pursue it as you see fit. People are going to say what they're going to say. Some people are going to support it. Some people are going to hate it. But that's true with everything that you do publicly. You're never going to get 100% support for anything you do. You know, we donated $10,000 to the NAACP during the whole George Floyd thing, and a bunch of people were mad that we chose that organization to donate to as opposed to someone else. Or people got mad that it wasn't enough money. It should have been more. So no matter what you do, positive or negative, someone's going to talk shit.
True,
And
but
at the end
also,
of the day, it sounds like you're owning what you're doing.
okay, but the message from that, the lesson learned from that is do the right thing. Keep your head down and just do the right thing. No matter what you do, people are going to yell at you, so keep doing the wrong thing is the wrong message to get out of that. People yell at me all the time. People yell at me non-fucking stop. You're not doing enough. You should have done it for this other thing. No matter how much I advocate for what I advocate for, no matter how much I raise money for certain causes, it doesn't matter. People are going to get mad. So all you can do is just say, fuck it, YOLO. I'm still going to do whatever the fuck I'm doing. Now, the whatever the fuck I'm doing should probably not revolve around what this guy's doing. You know what I mean? You'll never be able to get this guy to see the error in his ways.